You got it. We're packing, we're hitting the road, and we're heading to the off-grid cabin. It's been a long time. It's time to get in there. We're gonna cook an awesome meal. And if you haven't seen any of the previous videos about the cabin, you should go back and check it out, because this time last year, I made something that fits on my stove, and we're gonna be using it. So hang tight, we're gonna hit the road, and we'll see you there. Okay, we're here. It's dark, but we made it. Let's see what the temperature is. Oh, it is 0 degrees. And there's our fancy stove. The wood's ready to go. Let's get to it. Let's get a fire going. Welcome to the outhouse. Nice. Good shape. Nothing's been eaten in here. The tin was open. What the heck? All right. Are you comfy in the cabin? Sure are. Hey? Looks pretty snazzy down there. Okay, now we're gonna sear the steak. The frying pan is super hot. Okay, we're gonna time it and we're gonna go 30 seconds per side. This is my first time with reverse sear steak. So let's just go right to the steak and try it. Wow. Extremely tender. They're thin. Awesome. Well, we'll catch you guys in a little bit because I'm going to enjoy this. Well, good morning. Last night, I laid down after dinner, and that was it. I was out. So we're having some breakfast this morning, a little bit of leftovers. We just cooked up some biscuits, and once we're done that, we have a little bit of a project to do. We have to fix the pipe on the stove. So we'll catch up with you in a minute, and we'll get into that project. Okay, what the plan is, we need to take this all apart, because if you look closely here, this came apart when we put it together, and it's leaking creosote like crazy because the pipe is tipped wrong, and this is it's just not good. So we're going to take it all apart, and it's also going to be interesting to see how much creosote is in here. This is just, there's a chamber. If you look here, so the smoke comes up here, follows this chamber around, and then out the pipe. So there's got to be, I'm just really curious to see. So we're going to take it all apart. We have, oops, a new elbow here. We have a new elbow for outside. And when we put this on, we restricted some of the flow. So we're gonna add a couple pieces to the top of the chimney so that it'll draw a little bit better. Because right now we are getting a little bit of extra smoke out of the door when we weren't before. So I'm thinking a couple extra lengths of pipe and some new elbows are gonna be the fix. So let's get into it. Another screw. That explains it. Alright. Just remember, if you have to force something, it's generally not right. Have a look inside. Bad, actually. Now look at this pipe. Oh, look at that corner there. Yeah, quite a bit of buildup. Oh, good thing we're taking it apart. Oh, and then down here. Not too bad. I had a lot of comments about how I built one in my attic room. I want to show you guys something. This is the same insulation that I used. And this has been there 3 years with this hot pipe. This is rock solid insulation, just like the day I put it in, except a little bit of rust from the pipe. There you have it. That stuff works. That's probably one of the hottest parts too, the elbow, right? So, 0 burn, 0 nothing. It's working great. So, but we do have a bit of a problem here. So if you look at this elbow, and then you look at this elbow, pretty big difference, eh? So we have a height difference. The only good thing is we have a spare pipe, and we're gonna have to make a extension of about 4 inches. Now, let's put this together. It's not a very round pipe anymore, is it? This is a good time to put gloves on. Just file the together. It looks pretty good. It's nice and level. It's tight. So let's put some screws in there. What we're using is self-tapping screws with the bigger head. See how they have the funny little end on it? So that's for metal. Aha. And we're in. Fire is starting to rip. We should get a little smoke off of the new elbow, but so far so good. Okay, believe it or not, this is where we get the water for the winter. Now, in the summertime, up there, way up there about, just about 200 yards, we have a line that runs right to the cabin, and it's just around 900 feet, but it freezes up obviously. So now we have a little pool under here, and we get our water in the winter. So let's get this opened up and get some water. There we go. Good. A little bit low, not too bad. Okay, let's go over here and have a quick look at our pipe I didn't catch it before. There's the seam. Yeah, she's frozen. So this section of the pipe is the 200 mark. So it drops down 100 and it comes uphill 100, and then it drops a little bit here, and it's basically flat for the rest of the way to the cabin. What I'll do, I'll try to open this up. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, what do you think, Soph? What do you think, Sophie? Let's go back to the cabin and get warm. This tree is amazing. It's got to be, it's easy, 4 feet. Okay, well, we're packing up and getting ready to head out, but have a look in here. See what we got set up for Mister. We got a little trap set up for him. So next time we come in, hopefully he's not making nests and wrecking the place and stinking it up. So let's go inside. I'll give you a quick tour. The cabin is 12 by 16. There's the kitchen. Here's the running water and shelves and stuff. It's a great little place. This is the only picture I have of the cabin that shows its true color, more of a forest green. All other videos and pictures show it very dark. And yes, this is a squirrel in the picture. So we milled everything on the mill and we built it. And we're ready for the next time we show up. The kindling, we have some wood. All right, guys, well, I appreciate you following along, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.